Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel Desi Videsi Girl. So I am doing great. I hope you guys are also doing fine. So this video is going to be a continuation of the video that I had made last time where I talked about how I got a job when I moved to Germany in year 2021. So in that video I had told everything about the difficulties which I faced, things which went in my favor, and you guys have loved that video a lot, and there are some kind of questions which I am getting from a lot of people, so it is very difficult for me to answer each one of you individually. So I thought let's make a video so that it can help not only you guys but maybe a lot other people who are not asking me but they have these questions in their mind. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that the situation was very different when I moved to Germany and I got a job. So in 2021, when I moved to Germany, I used to apply for a lot of companies and almost every company used to revert back to me. So there are basically two reasons why that used to happen then and it's not happening now. One, at that time the market situation was quite good. Yes, it was time of COVID, but still the situation of Germany was not this bad. So a lot of companies were hiring at that time. And second reason was I was immediately available to join the company. So that also works as a plus for a lot of companies who are immediately looking for a resource. But now coming to 2025, the situation is quite different. So I remember in the year 2021 and 2022, when COVID had hit very badly, the market was also quite bad at that time. But most of the companies did not fire their employees. What they did was they had put their employees on Kurzarbeit. So Kurzarbeit means Kurz is short and Arbeit means work. So what they did is that they reduced the number of hours each employee was working. So by default, most of the companies have 40 hours of work contract. So they had reduced that to 30, 20, depending upon the requirement of that particular employee. But they made sure that nobody is fired. Obviously, the pay was reduced because you are working for lesser amount of hours, but still you had the job with you. But now the situation is, I believe, way worse than what was there in the year 2021 and 2022, that now companies are not thinking about Kurzarbeit, rather they are shutting down their entire units and firing a lot of people. Cut to 2025. Now if I have to apply for a job and if I would have arrived in Germany in year 2025, I would have done few things quite differently than what I had done in the year 2021. So the very first thing that I would do is make a proper resume, because that's only the first interaction that you have with a company. So a lot of people have asked me in the comments that how I make my resume. So I can create a video where I can share my resume with you guys and tell you what are the key points that I have highlighted in my resume. But few things which I would like to address in this video is that whenever you are making your resume, do not make it longer than 2 pages. Focus on your recent experiences, write a lot about your recent experience, and write very less about your past experience. Like for me, I have worked in 5 companies, so I highlight the work that I have done in my current company and maybe one company before that, and write very short about the other company experiences, because otherwise it would make your resume much more lengthier and nobody is interested in reading your 5 or 6 pages resume. And regarding the format, I use LaTeX format for making my resume instead of Word. LaTeX is mostly used by people who are writing academic paper, but I used it for making my resume and it turned out beautifully. So I would highly recommend you that if you are tired of indentation and formatting in Word, try using LaTeX. It will definitely give you a better experience. So most of the times the resume is scanned by a tool, and that is being used by the HR, and they do keyword matching. So whatever are the tools and technologies that you have worked on, try to highlight them, maybe in a section where you talk about the tools and technologies that you know, and write them explicitly so that when the tool does the matching, they get the exact match of the word and your resume do not get rejected. So after your resume has passed the tool check, so it goes to the interviewers and they would be reading your resume. So it has happened with me in a lot of interviews that when I am being interviewed, the interviewer has come with my resume and he has read my resume thoroughly before taking my interview, and he has asked me a lot of questions from my resume. So do not write anything which you will not be able to explain during the interview. So that is also one thing you should keep in your mind. The second important thing which I would like to tell you is, if you can get a referral, it would definitely boost your chances of getting a job or at least getting an interview call for the company. So the current trend which I'm seeing is that if a company has listed a posting in LinkedIn, and if within an hour I revisit that particular post, I see that already 80, 90, 100 applicants have applied for that particular position. So you can understand the kind of competition, right? There is only one opening and 100 people have already applied for the job. And if you wait for a week or so, what you would see is that there is already 200 people who has applied for the post. And it is very difficult that among these 200 people who have applied for one particular position, that your CV gets noticed. So I would suggest one thing to you guys is that if you can arrange for a referral, that would definitely make your path much more easier. So what you can do is that in LinkedIn, you search for the employees of that company and you can reach out to some of them and ask them to refer you, and also tell them why you are a good fit for that particular position. So there is no harm in reaching out to people and asking them to refer you for the particular position. It is a win-win situation for both of you, because in most of the open position, there is a referral bonus that is attached to it. So if someone is referring you and you are a good candidate, and if you get hired, he or she also gets their part of referral bonus. So there is no harm in asking it. Do not feel ashamed that, okay, why am I reaching out to a person? How the person will feel? Do not think about these things. Just reach out to people. And this definitely increases your chances of at least getting an interview call. If you know the German language, it becomes much more easier to get a job. Obviously, in 2021, it was not the case because there were a lot of openings and the applicants were way lesser. But now the jobs are less and a lot of people are applying. So I can share you some example where I see that if there is a job posting which is in English, you would see that 100 people are applying for it within some hours. But I have also seen a lot of job openings where it is mentioned that you need to know German because you have to interact with your client. So for those kind of job posting, even after 3 weeks, I see 20 or 25 people have applied. So can you see the difference? Like for a English job posting, there are 200 people fighting for that one particular position. And if you know the language, you just have to outshine among these 24 people. And out of them, obviously, I'm not sure how many people are actually a fit for that role. So in this case, your competition becomes 1/4. But again, having said this, learning the language is not that easy. And by language, no company will accept you that if you say that, okay, I know A1 or A2, those companies who make it explicit in their job description that they need German because you have to interact with their client, by that they mean that at least you should know B2 or C1 level German so that you can communicate and understand the technical terms in German. To which platform you should focus on while looking for job. So there are so many platforms where you can look for job. It's LinkedIn, it's Indeed, it's Stepstone. So it might be overwhelming if you are looking for jobs in all different platforms. So I would suggest focus on one or max two platform, because most of the companies, they post their opening in different platform, and there is no point applying in the same companies via different platform. So just focus on one or two platform. When I was looking for job, or even now when I look for job, I completely focus on LinkedIn, because that is something I am used to. I am used to their interface. And whenever I am applying, or whenever you guys apply, try to give time to that application. First thing is that you create a very good resume, that I told you before. Second thing is also work on cover letter. So regarding cover letter, do not make a very generic cover letter. So write the name of the company 2 to 3 times in your cover letter. So whosoever is reading the cover letter will think that it is being customized for them. And also write the key responsibilities, the core values of the company in your cover letter, and how it aligns with your values. So I know this takes a lot of time. You have to do some kind of research about the company, so that you can write a cover letter in such detail. But honestly, it makes a difference. Previously, I have applied for a lot of companies where cover letter was optional. And since it was optional, I did not pay any kind of attention to it, and I just submitted the application with the resume and without cover letter. And honestly, I got rejected in all those interviews. So I won't say that, or I don't know that was it the cover letter that was the reason for it. But I have seen a lot of companies who consider cover letter equally important. So now when the situation is so bad that there are such less openings, then I would suggest, please do not take risk. Spend some time, write a very good cover letter, create a very good resume, and then apply for a company, so that you will be 100% sure on your end that you have made a very nice application. And obviously what happens next is not in your hand, but at least you will be satisfied that you have given your 100%. And a lot of people have asked me is that, should I apply for job if I am still in India, or should I wait? First I should come to Germany and then apply for jobs. So first thing I would like to say that there is no harm in applying for jobs from India. You might get a response, you might not get a response. Anyways, if you are planning to move to Germany, so you can anyways apply after coming here. But there is no harm in trying. If you are sitting in India, just apply for jobs from there itself. And if you are coming here on chance karte or any other form of visa, so do mention in your cover letter that the company does not have to sponsor your visa. You are coming there and you will have a visa for that. So that is very important, because a lot of companies do not want to hire people from other countries because they have to sponsor their visa, and they don't want to fall in that hassle of organizing the visa stuffs for you. So if that's the case, do mention it, and it's very important for the recruiters. So that's it guys, that's all for this video. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know in the comment section that what are the other things on which I can make video. It might not be related to job or study, it can be related to anything. Just do let me know. If I have enough knowledge about it, I'll definitely make a video on it and share with you guys. Till then, take care, and I wish you all the best who are looking for a job, and see you very soon in my next video.